Hey, dude. So you really expect me to believe that you never podcasted or did any kind of radio before? Really? Come on. I'm not an idiot, dude.
Yo, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, when it got cut off, but we're going to figure it out and we're going to edit it back in. We don't have to talk. We can. Don't even matter.
Don't even matter. Why? Yeah, but you didn't put that. You didn't eat any of that salsa shit that he made, right?
We went to Pancheros and this guy, he was super nice. He said something really fucking wise.
Is that like Mexican food? I haven't been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Hamilton, like
Right
by
next to the marketplace.
Yeah, by
Oh.
Harry's Army and Navy.
Oh, is that new?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The owner was super awesome.
What happened?
That was the owner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely
What did he
seemed like
say?
it.
I want to say it right.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of pressure now.
Yeah, you have a better memory than me. No pressure.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, it started with him talking about how he wanted to make his customers happy. And as long as his customers had a smile on their face, he was happy. He doesn't care about money.
Yeah.
Aw.
He said he didn't care if there's money in my pocket as long as someone came in my business and they left with a smile on their face.
Yeah.
Good food?
Yeah, Pancheros
He
is
made
good.
us tofu fresh because he asked him if he had tofu. And he was like, yeah. And he turned around and he started making tofu. And I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know he was going to make it.
Made tofu? What do you mean, like?
Well, like...
Like, instead of it being in a little tray, he made it fresh.
Oh, I thought you meant like.
Like, he pressed
What
it.
is he fermented?
No.
What?
We're talking
No.
a chain restaurant here.
Yeah, we're...
I don't know. Is it a chain? Okay.
Yeah,
not a loop.
no. He cooked it.
Okay,
He
okay.
cooked it.
That's
It's
nice.
maybe what I
That's
should
very
say.
nice. No, that
That's
makes
so
sense.
funny.
It's like, wait, okay. So he had it and he cooked
Yeah. And then
it fresh. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
and then he said something about how, like, life... What did he say? What did he say?
Thank you.
He said he wants to have he came in quick, he wanted to have a good life, and
Yeah,
he wants to be
that's
out
it.
as quick as possible. He says he doesn't want to suffer, he doesn't want to have any pain, he just wants to be in and out. You know, just enjoy the time in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah,
He,
but I
said,
have to
he
breathe
did
in.
say something about, he said something about God
Oh, yeah?
also.
The fuck did he say?
I don't know.
What?
I
What
can't
was
really
it?
remember.
So anyway, this guy was like, there was an apartment attached to it, and I'm like, can we check out the apartment? He's like, oh no, it's locked, we can't see it. And I'm like, what? What do you mean it's locked, we can't see it? Like, I want to purchase this building.
Someone
Like, let me
in
see the whole
there?
building.
Yeah.
Like, an apartment's a big deal. That's like a whole nother part of it. Like, that's living there. So he's like, yeah, no, it's locked. So I find a random door and I push it, and what do I see? Stairs going up. And I'm like, he's like, oh, it must be open. Why don't you go check it out? So I go check it out, and it's just this apartment. It's like there's a kitchen. Well, there was a kitchen. Now it's just empty space. Kitchen area, living area, and a bathroom. Just enough. It's probably about this big.
Bedroom?
Yeah.
How big
Like-
is this whole room?
But as big as this room is probably like, yeah. This is probably the not bedroom part. And then there's a bedroom attached. Well, that's huge though.
No, I know,
Some
that is
people
big.
live in a
That is
space
big.
this big.
I know, it's
And
weird.
that's it. That's all
I, mean,
they.
I think my house is too big for, like, us, but still.
It's all people. Some people are born in the city, raised in the city. I can't relate. You know, like, where do you go outside?
Yeah, I don't really care about, like, having
Yeah.
a big space inside as long as there's a big kitchen and there's outside, like, space.
Yeah, outside's the most important.
But I like the tiny houses and stuff.
Right, I mean, like, now is, like, the time of, like, minimalists
Yeah,
and
I like
tiny
that.
houses
Mhm.
and having the least amount and doing the most with the smallest amount of space.
Exactly.
Well, we've realized, like, before, like, in our parents' generation, the goal was that house, the big house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, house,
So a
white
lot-
picket fence.
So it was the picket fence, but the picket fence evolved into the McMansion. So now
Yes.
you have all these McMansions,
Mhm.
and they're
Yeah,
all
that's true.
and they're all so big. They're all so big, and what that requires a lot of upkeep, and that requires a lot of power to heat and a lot of power to air condition. So it's
Yeah.
like you're realizing you don't actually need that. The only reason you have that is to show off that you have it. when in fact you don't actually need it.
Yeah.
And most people
Not.
don't actually have it. They're like, they're in debt.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're in
That's one
debt.
thing my family doesn't do. Like, we buy our cars, pay everything off.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. I mean,
Live below your means.
it's like, why would I spend $35,000 on a car when I'm making, even if I'm making $70,000 a year, you know, which is a lot of money. I'm not spending $35,000 of it after
Yeah.
taxes on a
Right.
car and then
I'd
paying
rather
it
go
off
on
for
a
like
trip
6 years.
for
Like,
a
what do you-
year.
Buy a car for $3,000,
Yeah.
$4,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It still works. They're nice. You can buy a BMW for under $10,000. That's
Yeah.
10 years old, and it's
Yeah.
still the
It
most
drives.
beautiful car.
It drives you to and from where you need to be.
And that's
I'm not a
what
car
matters.
person though, so
Right.
like I don't really
Yeah.
understand. But I'm like,
Same.
if it's not broken down and it's getting you where you need to go, I don't understand. I'm sure people are listening and they're like,
Yeah,
"Whoa, look
they're
at
listening
this
from
car."
their cars. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
They're gonna
They're
be
all
like,
in
"You're
their
just
35
poor. You can't afford a nice car."
A $35,000 car.
That's a broke mentality. You broke.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
guess so.
Well.
Yeah, but I mean, it's where you put that money. I was just talking to Missy in ShopRite. I'd rather. The only reason why I want to have a lot of money is because I want to just be able to eat anywhere. Like, I don't care about the nice car. I don't care about the
You
house.
already do eat anywhere.
I know. That's the
I
thing.
can't believe how much you go out to eat.
Oh my god, I know, right? He
I
goes out
can't-
to grocery stores on the regular. The other day, he was like, "Are you serious? You never eaten at Wegmans?" And I was like, "Are you serious? You have?"
You eat at the grocery stores?
Listen, Erin.
What kind of life do you live? You are living such a different life.
Listen, Erin. I'm not standing in the back of aisle 2 eating.
I understand. You're going to the bars where they have food, but who eats at those places? I mean, honestly,
I'll eat at Whole Foods.
Okay, Whole Foods only, but like, I've walked past some of the bars at like ShopRite, whatever. It doesn't look like it's bad, but like, who eats besides the employees who live there? And
He goes,
not
"Do you want
live
to
there?"
go out to
Listen,
eat?"
Erin.
Oh, there's a Whole Foods. There's a Wegmans.
Whole Foods has that pizza.
Okay, Whole
is good.
Foods has a
Whole
good.
Foods
like,
is good.
It's
Whole Foods
essentially
is good.
that. It was a Whole Foods kind of thing. It was
funny because like who like
a
Vince
chef,
does.
a
So I
manager,
just went out
a
to
retail
Wegmans, like out to eat, sat in like
That's-
literally
yeah.
sat in aisle 2 and ate.
My dad went to visit my brother at Rowan and took him out to Wegmans. I was like, "Dad, you went to visit your son. You took him out to a supermarket?"
I mean,
That sounds like a Vince move.
if Trader Joe's had
Yeah,
a little,
that's
had
my
a
dad.
Get
little,
it from
like,
your dad.
had
Yeah,
a little
that's him.
bar, like a little like food bar, I would totally eat there.
Which one?
Trader
Trader
Joe's.
Joe's.
They should.
I would totally chill.
Yeah, I'm surprised that
Well,
they don't.
Whole Foods in Philly has a bar now. Have you ever been there?
Yes.
There's a bar.
No, I wasn't in Philly, but I was at one in like maybe it was Richmond, and they had a bar, and I was like, wow, and it was pretty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
probably wherever it's easier to get a liquor license. 'cause
Not
fuck
in
that.
Jersey.
No, not here.
Yeah. Plus, it was one of their newer ones, and Philly's got that kind of vibe, you know.
Yeah, and like a
Yeah.
lot of Starbucks have like wines and a whole wine section, and we don't have that in Jersey really. 'Cause
Well,
it's difficult.
A lot of places
Yeah.
sell beer in their
Like
their
Wawa's and gas
Walmart
stations.
stations.
sells
Stations.
Walmart in Ohio because I went to school there. He sells like that shitty clear plastic bottles of vodka.
Yeah, all the
Like,
grocery stores
yeah.
sell them. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't have a separate.
The gas station. We would just walk down the street to a gas station in college.
Yeah, right. When I
Buy
was in South
wine.
Carolina, yeah, boxes of wine
Yeah.
just from the.
There's
Kangaroo.
a drive-through not a liquor store, but like a gas station with drive-through alcohol purchasing.
Yeah.
You drive
Yeah.
through like a little building in Ohio.
like a garage, right?
In
Yeah, it's
Ohio?
like a garage,
I've
yeah.
seen one of these before.
And you order like a case of beer, and they give it to you through the window or whatever else.
Wow,
You want. Yeah. I'm like, where
that's a whole new level.
am I?
They did that with
Middle-
cigarettes in South Carolina. You could drive through and
Oh,
get
really?
cigarettes in
Oh
South
my
Carolina.
gosh. Yeah, it's wild. So different.
It's a whole different world.
It's a whole different world.
It's the things that are on demand, you know? That's people's addictions. Convenient.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
Kind of sick.
Yeah.
You really see it. You see, you can see what's addictive, and you see it popping up. You see drugstores, then you see coffee shops everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then bars everywhere, and food, because the food is necessary. But food's also an addiction now. There aren't really too many places to get food. They're a place to fill your addiction to
Everything's
food. I'm talking
classifying as an addiction. I'm also addicted to the gym.
Well, I'm talking about foods that are
You can hurt
addictive.
yourself working out too much.
Yeah.
But
I think everything is just like moderation and balance.
But
Everything
Comes
is
down to.
balance.
Everything is balanced.
I'm
Literally.
talking about like I'm not talking about like.
Oh, you mean like fast food?
I mean like fast
shit
food.
food. Yeah.
It's mostly just addictive foods that's out there. Especially if you're when I traveled down to Orlando for EDC, it was just literally that's all there was to eat down 95. It's just
Much fast food.
You have to drive like 10,
Cheap.
15 minutes out of the way to find like anything.
Because you have to go into a town to get into a restaurant area.
Oh.
And yeah, I bet you. How was it down south?
The vegan movement
Yeah.
down south.
Yeah.
It was there.
There are
You know?
pockets, right? There are like pockets.
It's
I
everywhere.
mean, there's pockets everywhere, I guess.
It's not even pockets.
Yeah.
It's just growing. There are certain places that are quicker. Like California's obviously beats everyone to the punch.
Yeah.
Weed's legalized first. They're looking to legalize mushrooms now.
I had a lot better choices in like Portland, Oregon than in LA even. There
Yeah.
was so
Oh,
much
Portland
more
is
in
like-
that's like the
Portland.
mecca.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But I'm talking about like in general as far as like what states do and how people react to things. You see California start to do something, then like a few places over here start adopting it, and then like later on the South comes.
Yeah.
Out in
that is
Ohio
true.
too, actually, there's a lot of places. Even when I was like a freshman in college, there's a little place and they had like vegan. It's like a little vegan cafe, which I was kind of surprised. But out there, they have
That's
a
awesome.
pretty good movement too. I
That's
used to hand out
awesome.
pamphlets on my college campus. Go vegan, save the animals.
Oh my god, I love it. Aw. In college would have thought you were crazy.
Oh, people
Yeah.
did. But I didn't care.
Wow.
Good.
Aaron,
That's
you were so far
awesome.
ahead of
That
your
is
time,
so
Aaron.
cool.
Why?
That you were ahead of your time. Like people.
Yeah,
were
because
doing
people are going vegan now.
Yeah. I mean,
You were
I
showing
went
them.
vegan when I was 18. That was 6.
that 20 years ago.
I don't know
Yeah.
many 18-year-olds that are vegan.
It's funny.
I wish I went vegan right away. I was vegetarian when I was 16. I was just being a little hypocrite in my mind.
That's funny.
I love going
It
to
was
the
harder
gym.
then too.
I love going to the gym and seeing Erin there because it's like Gold's gym, and then I'm probably wearing a Try Vegan shirt, and she's wearing a Try
I'm almost
Vegan
always because like I just wear t-shirts. That's what I have.
I
All these
know,
t-shirts.
right? The million.
I have so many.
I'm pretty sure I'm wearing one right now. I don't know if it's a Try Vegan one. Yeah, but it's
Right?
not. It's not a Try Vegan one. But it's
Ooh.
a.
Oh, nice.
What's that?
So I had this little side
I need
project.
one of that. One of those.
That was a little
That's nice.
side project called Fabric of Creation, which
Yeah,
was
I remember that. I was around.
screen printing at music festivals and stuff like that. But what Fabric of Creation is becoming now is a yoga mat company.
What?
I want to print yoga mats made out of fabric, so I have to figure that out. But the real goal is to print.
What kind of fabric?
You want something? Yeah. What kind
It's
of
hard
fabric?
because it has to.
It's got to be something that people will use. So a fabric mat, because people like
It'll
want
slip.
something to grip onto, you know. So it's. So what are you thinking?
Could we do
So
a
I'm thinking-
hemp, like a textured hemp?
I'm thinking something like that. I'm also thinking just organic cotton or cotton to start.
You need a mat with grip. You would know.
Yes. Yeah, you can't really use cotton. You're gonna slide around and stuff. Well, let's look at like what Manduka makes their mats out of. Like that's my favorite mats.
Well, they wait in doing yoga or anytime you're barefoot, you're exchanging energy with whatever you're walking on. You know,
Yes.
like on earth you're grounding, whatever.
Mhm.
I hate the idea of using a foam yoga mat
Mhm.
because I'm chemicals that I'm absorbing.
Yes.
So I just want something
I don't think
natural
they're
that I
all
can do
made of
yoga
foam.
on.
Are
No,
they?
they're not. Manduka's an eco-friendly company, so that's why I'm trying to figure out what they're making it out of.
What's eco-friendly mean?
Hold on,
is
that's
it
what
like
I'm looking
like,
it
is
up.
it eco-friendly plastic?
I'm not
'Cause
sure, my
that's
dear.
bullshit.
That's why I'm looking it up. I don't know the answer.
I'm trying to think of what could possibly be spongy and like be and also be nature.
There's this one mat that I don't know if they're trying to make it out of like recycled wetsuits, and they hadn't like I don't really know.
I'm sure we can make something out of hemp.
I'm sure too.
in the
I
next
bet you
5
they
years.
do
Hemp
make
is,
that.
Hemp is amazing.
Made with tree rubber.
Rubber trees.
I don't know what tree rubber.
So that rubber comes from trees.
That's like the natural
Eco-
rubber, not the
I mean-
plastic rubber.
It's eco-friendly, but not rubber is
Well,
rubber's made from trees. Rubber trees.
I was thinking cork.
Oh, cork is good. I don't know how to stick.
My only issue with cork is that it's brittle. Because I actually bought a cork mat to try it out. I bought a cork board,
Use
and I
it.
used that as a mat. It worked.
I'm sure if
It's
you
just a matter of brittleness.
A roll-out cork board.
Yeah.
Look, it's a cork yoga mat. So they do make hemp yoga mats. There's one, and the problem I see with that is that that's going to be a little thin, and it's going to move. Like, have you ever practiced yoga on a towel?
Yeah, it hurts.
It's just not.
And you move,
it just
you move
moves.
and you slide.
Yeah, it just
What
moves.
about if you're using it outside?
Well, that's different.
Like in the grass.
Outside is different. Like on the
You
grass,
can,
that's
you can market it as an outdoor yoga
Mhm.
mat.
totally. Yeah, you could even make
And you
so.
can keep it in your car and
or-
sleep on it.
Yeah, and also that's a good idea. And
Mhm.
also, people use towels on top of their mats for like sweating and stuff. So you could do that too,
Yeah, because I sweat a lot, and I'm always like falling.
right?
Doing
Right? People are always slipping on their
Yeah.
mats with sweat.
my hands are always.
Here you go. Here's a hemp mat that's not. That's more what I'm picturing. It's not like clothy. That's actually really cool. If that's actually hemp.
It looks
I
like
feel
foam.
like you can make hemp.
It looks
into,
like foam.
You
It
can make
looks
hemp
like,
into anything though. You can probably make hemp into foam. That's what I'm thinking.
Does
It's
this
like a
look
foam-like
normal?
texture because
You're
hemp
not
can be
kidding.
literally anything.
I
So
like
they
this
might be able
one.
to do something with it and make it like that. It's just a reaction. Like they could figure out that like chemical reaction that.
Where did you get this idea for making yoga mat?
Renee. Renee was doing it. She was heading down that path, but what? Oh, it was on one of your classes, right? And I was bending down. You know how my mat has that silhouette? I was thinking that silhouette could just be words.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Just like fucking like breathe and like I am and like.
I have a mat that has
Just
words
fucking
like
breathe.
that. It says sweat once a day, just breathe. Except we should do shit like just fucking breathe because that's so much
Yeah, it's funny.
more cool.
Well, I was thinking
It's
like
funny.
I was thinking like super spiritual shit.
Oh.
Can we add the word fuck from there because that's pretty spiritual?
Fuck yeah.
That would be
Right in the
very
middle.
you, considering you're like, yo, that's spiritual bullshit. I just like blast it off into space and the channeling or whatever you said. No.
I can't sound like that all the time. I do understand that it's bullshit.
Wait, what did you say? You
Well,
understand that it's bullshit to other people?
Yeah, most people
Oh,
think it's just like
okay.
that's why I refer to it as such.
Okay.
Like most people dismiss it as bullshit, so I just call it that bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
Interesting.
Yeah, I love it and believe in it. I live
He
it.
loves bullshit and he loves shit.
Oh, that's
pieces of
fucking-
shit.
Yeah, pieces, piles of shit.
Oh, that property. Did you show her the pictures
No.
of the beautiful structure surrounded by shit?
So what I'll show you is, I'm gonna show you a 360 video. Come over here.
Can we get like a hologram or something? I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to come out of the thing. Like,
Yeah, why am I so far away?
12, 14.
It eats you.
Yeah, it does.
So there are pictures, but I'm gonna show you the whole video.
Whoa.
That's the attic. It's the top floor, and there's a window in every
So close
angle.
to your hand.
Mm-hmm. Is
That's-
it that camera?
Yeah, that's that. There are 4 windows. That's the sunset, the sunrise you get to catch.
Wow.
Meditation room.
So this is all upstairs.
That's
This
the
is
roof.
the top floor. This is the 3rd floor.
That is cool.
So this is
I like that
Third
space.
floor that you didn't know existed. You just found that.
Upstairs.
Right?
I saw the window for it in the front.
the apartment bedroom.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Damn, this place needs a lot of work.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work, but
With
it'll be
some
fun.
painting.
I agree.
There you go.
I think it's a lot of work.
That's pretty, I
Two
think.
windows.
Well,
It was just a nice day.
Yeah.
Me and my dad built everything in our
That's
backyard and finished the basement. So it's like,
Painted my room.
My parents
I
built
I
our
ripped
house.
my carpet up. Wow.
Yeah, so it's,
That's
I
really
get
cool.
it. Yeah.
this is,
Do you know how to do that stuff? I
Fuck
don't.
no.
Yeah. I can learn.
Neither-
Yeah, but I
YouTube
can
video or
learn.
I
something.
didn't know how
Yeah.
to do it either, but you learn.
Exactly.
So this is from the bedroom. This is the roof of the place. So we can just hang out on the roof, do yoga on the roof, whatever. It's
You guys can.
I would do yoga on the roof.
I would-
I'll sit on the roof. How did places like this get so destroyed?
Other part of the living
What
room.
did people do?
that was the
Neglect
kitchen, I
it.
think.
Living room view. That's that back.
Crazy.
So this is that room, Missy, that we would have climbed into.
Oh,
Down
okay.
to the
We should have.
actual place.
So far it's like really cool, right? And
Yeah,
here's
it
the
is
actual
cool.
place.
It is very cool.
So you walk down into this room. I have a
There's
360
so much.
camera. I figure I'd bring it just so I can check it out.
Yeah,
God's
this
probably,
room-
the
this
God's
room is
probably like, what are
weird.
you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, this room is weird. It's just like a, like kind of like back room. I guess this is like the first room from like the kitchen, from like the, whatever.
Show people. That's the main entrance.
That's the bar, obviously.
Telephone booth in that corner.
Oh my gosh.
Bar here. Main area.
It's big.
Entrance.
Huge.
Yeah.
Basement.
It's kind of scary.
Right.
Just move some room.
Just some room.
Some room.
That's that room I was telling you about where our eyes
That's
burned.
where we stuck our heads in. That
Oh.
diamond door.
It's not as scary
Whoa, it's
now.
really
And
big.
there's an entire basement downstairs.
What?
Plus what the room you were just in, right?
Oh my gosh.
Plus, I didn't even show the kitchens or the bathrooms.
Wow. I want to see the kitchens.
Yeah, why
Oh.
why didn't you do that?
Shut the fuck up.
You
I don't
did
even
do that.
remember why I didn't do it.
You did take a picture of it though,
I took
right?
pictures of
Okay.
everything. 111 pictures as I showed you guys. You see that in the group chat?
Yeah.
I guess I missed that. I was teaching. You're blowing up my phone.
So this was when me and Missy went. This is just like the back of it. Whatever. Huge amount of
Huge
room.
amount of room.
Yeah.
That's that side area that I was walking through that was really long. It's big. That was made today, I guess. Oh, so that's the front. Dilapidated.
It is so dilapidated.
But I mean, so is my car. Like, that's what I do.
No,
so
your
that
car
food
is not
truck.
that dilapidated. The only thing is, this is really cool. The only thing is we need...
Oh, so
I feel like
this.
we need to start earlier than this would take us to do.
I'm there.
What do
Okay.
you mean? I don't understand.
Because this
For
is
our
going to take months.
meal delivery service, like...
But I'm going to rent a
right,
commissary
right.
first.
Okay.
I'll find something. I'll get us there.
Okay.
But this is like
But this could be like the...
July,
Yeah.
June, July.
Yeah.
Like a reality. But like right now, I understand we need to do it. And I understand I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But like this is where we're at. So this is really cool. This fence right here, I'm going to rip out.
Oh, he sold. I'm gonna.
I'm gonna. Yes.
Well, it's $140,000. Like I'm buying it. I don't know how.
You're settled on this?
You're definitely doing it?
This is it?
We should...
Yes.
Don't you think you should...
You're not gonna keep looking at
Yeah,
all?
look a little bit more. What else did you look at?
A lot. I've looked at a lot. And
Okay.
I understand how
I
this
didn't know
works.
that. I
Yeah.
thought this was like
No.
the second or third place.
I've looked around and I found this place. There's an apartment attached. You guys see this place?
Yeah.
So what I want to do here is, you see this fence? I'm going to take out the fence and put a fence on the back walls. Like Missy, you remember how it was set up, right? So I'm going to put a big fence on the back walls. So this way the neighbors won't hear when we're having music outside. Because I want to do a lot of that. I want to have like shows, concerts. And I want these fences to be as high as
Isn't
legal.
this the whole neighborhood, though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd have to get like some
A lot of
and
permits,
stuff for
yeah.
that.
Right. But what I want to do is, so this way we don't make any noise for any of this stuff. And I'm going to put a fence up as high as legally possible, and then put like vinyl print art, or have murals done, whatever, just on
That would
this
be
giant
awesome.
thing. So this way you have
Murals definitely have
Mhm.
little steel things.
So this way
Pop
you.
over the fence.
So this way
Yeah,
you
steel
have this
mural.
DJ
Yeah.
booth or whatever, like concerts and that, driving by it looking awesome. And then I also want to put just like a fucking swing set for kids, like a fucking park.
Hey kids.
Hey, kids.
Come
Play on my
Right?
playground.
As soon as you walk in, there's the bar, phone booth, and there's that back area, just telephone booth.
So we got a kombucha bar, kava bar.
Oh, that was the thing in these basements. That's what I was thinking, the kombucha and all that shit.
Kombucha.
Kombucha. And the thing about this is what I want to
Italian
do.
little Jersey boy.
I would want to.
He really is.
Talk.
Coffee.
Coffee. I love it. I'll hang out with them and I'll go home and I'll talk to Jean, and Jean will be like, so you've been hanging out with Vince, huh?
Right?
Because she'll ask me, where is this coming from? And I'm
Accent?
like, oh, you
What
know what?
accent?
You have
You have an
Such a
accent as
Jersey
if you're
accent.
from
Really?
Like,
no,
but, like,
it's
north
like
or like
New York.
Yeah.
It's like as if he's from New York, like Long Island.
Yeah,
He talks
yeah.
like he's from
No,
Long
those-
Island.
But like
You
not
do.
that bad.
Not like
but
that, yeah, but
You're just
but
like-
you can
you're
tell
like-
him, you can tell him an Italian from New Jersey.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. You have
Yes.
He has
There's
that
no
like
denying it.
Guido like
yes.
like
But you
accent.
can't tell that you're an Italian from Millstone, New Jersey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not at all. Like, where'd you get this accent from?
I think
Your
his
family?
Well, my
I think
my,
his
my parents
mom.
are from Italy.
They are Italian, yeah.
And
so
then
probably...
once they came here, and then
Who came
Oh.
here from Italy in your family?
My
both
parents.
of his parents.
Your parents were born in Italy?
Yes.
Really?
I am a
Beautiful.
first generation Italian,
I did not know that.
child of immigrants.
Child
Believe
of
that
immigrant.
shit?
Nope.
Yeah, my parents were
I
poor.
didn't know that.
My parents were like poor, didn't have anything, and there they are.
Wow.
So that's
Check
why
them out. That's really cool.
that's why I've always said, like, if they can do that with nothing, I better do something with what I got, or else I'm doing everyone
Damn,
in my
imagine
family
your
a
life in
disservice.
Italy.
Wow.
It's crazy. I mean, they moved here when they were young. They met here. You're right.
I know, but still,
Wow,
it's not
that's
that far
even
removed.
crazier.
Yeah,
though, that
they
they
met,
met
yeah.
here. And they both, that's
They're both
crazy.
Italy,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I guess it's not that crazy, right? If you think about like the immigrants now.
Yeah, they just
like,
all hang out
they'll
together.
hang out together. Yeah.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But it does sound crazy.
That is,
About
it does sound crazy. But awesome.
Now we got this huge Indian population.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Because that Hindu temple, right?
If the Indians move here as much as the white people did, the population here is gonna become mostly Indian.
It already is in our town. I think that it's majority white people in this town. I think are minority according to the census. I guess
11,
Indian technically is
Well, now it's
Asian,
11,
but
12.
I like to be alone most of the time.
Yeah, I like to be alone.
I found that people who like to be alone a lot, I mean, they're independent. If you're alone a lot, you're essentially independent, but you're also a free thinker. If you don't have the ability to be alone a lot, you don't have the ability to think freely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because I heard recently that 98% of your thoughts and feelings are not yours. It's like
Oh yeah.
those that are around you and stuff. You
Yeah.
know? So it's like if you aren't around somebody, you know, and you have a thought or feeling, you'd be like, who does that belong to? You know, and like actually like figure it out.
And also, like, most of your thoughts and feelings aren't actually yours because they're just mind going off, thinking about everything. Because you're just you're like, your brain is just trying to categorize everything. That's what it's doing all the time. Like, that's why meditation is so great, because it shuts that part of your brain off. But, like, have you ever had a thought that's not, like, your opinion on something? Like, you don't agree with the thought? It's not actually, like, it's not actually
yours.
you. It's only yours
Right.
if you grab onto that thought and you take it in and you agree and, like, even act on it. Or, like, make that your... It's not yours. You might think mean things, like negative self-talk or something. That's not really you. It's just, like... I don't really know how to explain it, but unless you, like, take that and hold on to it and, like, agree with it,
Well,
then that's you. That's you thinking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you said is so interesting, because it's like you can have an argument in your head, and which one are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You are the observer of your thoughts. You
Yeah.
are not your thoughts. You are the person listening to your thoughts. So, like, this, like, thing is just yapping away, and it's just nonsense because it doesn't know what to do. It's like, okay, like, I gotta make sense of this, gotta make sense of this, gotta make sense of this, because that's just how our brains work. Like,
That's
computers.
crazy.
Oh my God,
That's what my
yeah.
meditation teacher
And-
means by your thoughts are not real.
Yes, and we are the observer. We're sitting back observing that.
I've often
Yeah.
pondered if, like, we're just like Tamagotchis, or like what we are.
What?
Let me think of a better way to think this. We, like, sim characters. We are sim characters being controlled by something else. And when we meditate, we're reconnecting with that thing that's controlling us and our movement. Instead of, like, our thoughts coming from within us, it's like a thing that we connect to.
The universe? Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Also, you pick up on frequencies, right? And you start picking up on the frequencies that you vibrate with. You vibrate at a higher frequency when you have better thoughts, when you put better food in your body, when you're doing less addictive behaviors, when you're having better thoughts about yourself. You start living on this high level frequency. So if you just tap into that and make every right decision, you'll only be at that high frequency. Because, like, when I meditate or when I do something, some people are like, aren't you worried about that? Aren't you worried about this? No. If you're vibrating on that higher frequency, only higher information can get to you. You know, it's the only way to tap into that higher information.
I think also with meditating for me, it just kind of allows you to, like, step back and once again just observe all those thoughts and worries, and then when you're in that calm space, it's easier to say, oh, okay, this is what you're worried about, then realize it's not really that big of a deal. You know exactly how to handle it. You handled something similar before.
So is that what you do during meditation? You play games in your head, or do you try to shut everything off?
Play games in my head.
Like, there's so many, the thing about
It depends on
There's so many different
it-
kinds.
It's like saying, do you play sports?
It depends on my
There's just so many different
headspace that day. Because,
Yeah.
like, sometimes, like, I can, like, sit down and just get right into this, like, blissful space. And other times, my mind is just going. And sometimes, when it's going a lot, it really helps me to just kind of almost speak, kind of, like, do my own guided meditation. But it really depends. And sometimes,
Yeah.
like
I did
almost,
that the
like,
other
little
day.
epiphanies just come to me. And it's,
Yes.
it's not like me, it's not really me talking. It's kind of just, like, something, using my voice to reassure, you know?
It's like something that's already there that's like coming to a surface.
Yes, exactly. And so sometimes I'll, like, speak it under my breath, or I'll just say it in my head, and it's just very affirming, I guess. But other times,
Affirmations,
literally. Sometimes it's affirmations, or just kind of like a truth that I just realized, like, oh, this is whatever, or like a metaphor. But sometimes it's just silent, and when you reach that, like, silence, and there's literally nothing there, and you're just, like, so happy. That's the best, and that's, like, the reason why I meditate every day. Because you get to that space and you're like, oh my god, I never want to leave.
I get there through music though, with that backpack on. Do you ever like cry? Like, do you ever tear?
Sometimes, yeah, I tear sometimes. When I like, yeah, a lot of the time when I have like a realization, which is like every day, I have a new realization.
I know, I felt like that this whole last week.
I was like, yes.
I just posted about
literally, like, it's like a new breakthrough every day, and then I like write it down, like in my journal, you know.
Yeah.
And it's crazy,
Yeah.
but it's like, how do you not? That's why every morning, it's funny because in the morning I'll wake up and I'll be like anxious. I have to do stuff. Then I'm like, no, you gotta meditate. Meditate, and I'm like freaking out. And then when you get to that place, you're like, oh wow, it's like a reset for the day.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't even reminded of these realizations. I didn't reminded every single day.
Yeah.
Right?
Right? Like I forget.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have this like
exactly.
amazing moment. It's so easy to forget.
I mean, well,
Yeah,
we
you
have
forget
so
every day.
much
Going on in our head. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much. So much.
So you forget every
input
day,
and
but you also
stimulus.
remember every day. you know?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's like this whole in and out kind of cycle. And
Yeah.
It's just wild. Like some of the things that stick sometimes, and then so you lose those things that are there for a long time. You know?
Right.
Like, for example, languages. Like, how do people lose languages? I took 4 years of Spanish. How did I lose all of it? It's all gone. You know?
Well, I guess like your brain is
You
like
just
a muscle,
deleted it.
right? If you don't use it,
If you don't
lose
exercise it, it's
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus,
It's
that's
like-
so true.
And you know that, like physically too.
I always say that yoga is a brain workout. That's
Mhm.
what's really funny about that. Is like above
It is.
anything,
It really
the
is.
biggest muscle that's being worked out is the brain. You just gotta like think about where you're going, and
It really is.
and for me, it's like very intentional and
Oh yeah, like lifting or like doing cardio, like I can just zone out, which that's good. I think for like that kind of workout is zoning out because I don't have to think about like what my body's doing.
Yeah, that's
But like
fun.
yoga is like it's something totally different. It's really cool.
it is really cool. I like taking classes so that I don't have to think about it and somebody
Oh,
else can
yeah.
just tell me, you know, because I'm
Mhm.
I am constantly
Like 4
in
steps
my
ahead,
brain,
right?
like what's happening with my body, like where's my body in space? Is it
Yeah.
level? Am I gonna hurt myself? Am I going too far? What am I doing? Like
Oh my gosh.
my brain is constantly going. Like if you ever watch me practice, like come to a yoga class with me and you'll watch me practice. I'm constantly like touching myself, like where am I? What's happening? Is everything okay?
It's cool. You're really aware of like the space that you're taking up. It's really cool.
Yeah,
Some
which
people
really
really
like
aren't.
right. It there are some people can
Yeah.
see so many different
It's like-
types of people in class.
I love doing that. Like I can do it and then also see how other people are doing it. And it's like you can tell a lot of people about people the way they do yoga and how they balance themselves and how aware they are of their hands. And I wish to help them figure out how to use their body better.
And I mean
don't know
that's what I'm there for. Is like I see those people and I want to help them and their bodies move better, and so that's what I do. That's what I teach.
Oh yeah. Oh. Right. Live this way.
Live this way.
Yeah.
I
won't
can
get
save your
sick.
life now. I'm certified in CPR too. And
Yes.
you need to, have your life saved.
You know what I was thinking about
What
as
made
we
you
were
do that?
talking?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. What did make you do that?
I'm studying to be a personal trainer.
Yes,
My class got
that's
canceled,
right.
but I'm gonna do an online thing because I'm annoyed and I was already studying.
That's smart.
I
What do you
know.
mean?
I was
Online
just
for
gonna
what?
self-study.
Personal
I'm
training?
gonna self-study.
You're on
I
that
think
way
that's a
anyway.
great
You learn-
idea.
You,
Yeah.
you learn that way anyway.
I
really.
know. That's what Kelly said to me. She's like, you do that anyway.
There's somebody that I follow on Instagram that's like a yoga marketing expert person, and he's like I've been personal training for some odd years. I've been doing this for some odd years, and have never had to present a certification. Nobody's asked. Nobody cares.
That's what I'm saying about these certifications.
That's crazy.
I'm like, I would have asked, maybe not.
If you
Maybe
know
I
what you're
wouldn't
talking
have.
about,
I don't
you know.
know.
If you know what you're talking about, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like so many.
I
so
feel
many-
like I have to convince people that I know what I'm talking about, but I
You
really
don't.
don't.
You
but I
sound
really
so
don't.
smart.
You don't.
I realize
You know what
that
you're
while I'm
talking about.
teaching. Yeah.
You don't have to prove you know what you're talking about.
Right.
You do. It's
But
like,
I've noticed that, like, when you're confident in what you're talking about, people are like, oh, she knows what she's talking about, or he
Yeah.
knows what he's talking about.
That's my thing with you, Erin. Like you want to go to cooking classes. I don't think they can teach you anything. I think you would have to teach them
Wait.
things.
I'm like, I want to go to like culinary school, not cooking classes. It's totally different. That is totally different.
You want to go to culinary school?
You can always learn more.
You should start a plant-based cooking school.
I'm not a chef though. I'm a self-taught. So there are so many techniques that I could learn. There's so many people I could learn under. Like there's so many talented chefs in the world that I would love to learn. Obviously, I'm not anything close to an
What if I told you you were the best cook
I'm
I know?
not.
You were.
You go to Chipotle.
Oh, Vince, I love you. You do this to people.
Listen, Erin.
I know, right?
You want me to tell you why you're the best chef I know?
You don't know that many chefs. Oh my
Erin,
god.
listen to me.
Oh my god.
Well, listen to him.
Okay, I'll listen to you.
him.
Like most people who cook good food cook regular food with meat, eggs, all that. So you're in the 1% that is vegan. So automatically you get a bump.
Oh, okay. You get a bump.
Automatically. Not only that, but you also get another bump for making it gluten-free. On top of that, it's refined sugar-free, all that other stuff, right?
Mm.
So that brings you into a category of your own. You are so good. You are in
There
a
are the people
category
that cook like that.
Sure, but there are so few.
And
There are
also,
so
you
few.
did just say that you made a mac and cheese today, the cheese out of eggplant. What? I've never heard of that.
Thank
Baba,
you.
You know, like baba
Yeah.
ganoush is like a eggplant spread. It has that creaminess.
But when you hear vegan cheese, you think potatoes and carrots and onions and nutritional yeast.
which are
And
so high in
cashews,
fat.
right? And cashews, like nut-based things.
Yeah.
You know, you don't think eggplant.
But other people have done it before. It's not just me. I mean, I did
So-
make up the actual recipe today, but like,
Exactly.
I
Yours.
didn't think of that.
You don't.
I did make my own meat crumbles though with lentils.
Nice.
The texture is like on.
See?
I made
need-
That's
that.
awesome.
People need to learn from you.
No.
Yes. I also want you to understand how great I believe you are.
And that you are capable and you can do that. Like, you can teach. Like,
Yes, I could
Yes.
teach a cooking class, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I could.
Yes.
Like,
talking to you.
people who don't know how to cook anything, yeah, it's easy, but like,
I'm
just
sure
gonna
there's
teach
I consider myself a good cook, and you could teach me
Yeah.
everything. That, like,
I'm sure I
I
could teach you a few things, yeah.
a lot of things, I'm sure.
Yes.
So I feel like I don't know anything. I make good food anyway.
So you probably, that's how I see.
I make good simple food.
Oh, okay. See, I feel like I make good food, but
I follow a recipe
You
well.
make
That's
you
what I
make
should say.
you make great food
Yeah.
and then it's all
You create
make,
recipes.
You make
True.
great food and then it checks off every one of those boxes. You're as good as any chef I know. Any chef I've ever met, any place I've ever eaten. You're as good as that. Plus you're vegan, gluten-free, refined sugar-free. So you win.
I'll take it. But okay, I'll take it because like you're not gonna stop.
I want you to cook for me.
Yeah. What do you want?
Anything.
You have people begging you to cook food for them.
I know.
It's
I really need to
I'm
try
so
this
excited
because
for
I
this.
want to. Because he's so excited, and I know that you know a lot of shit. So I'm like, well, I'll cook for you.
You haven't had
And
a
then I
food
can
yet?
tell you. I can jump on his bandwagon and go with
Not
it.
even like a bar.
I haven't
Not
had
even,
anything. No.
Like a cake.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
haven't had her.
there was a woman.
food.
One more thing about you.
Let's say one more thing. Own it.
There was a chef. 20 years. How long was she a chef for? 20 years.
Something like that.
She got a cupcake from Erin. She looked at it. She looked at it closer. She put it on the table. She got a fork. She separated it, lifted up her glasses to look at it, and asked how she got it so moist.
That's a
good
good pickup line.
She take you home that
I should have been like, girl.
night? How'd you get it so moist?
Amazing. Isn't language great?
The words are so simple,
Yeah, right?
but the thoughts are so complex.
Hey, if you want to catch up with Vince on your own, then you need to visit catchingupwithvince.com.